Grand Seiko has garnered attention from new and veteran collectors with their nature-inspired dials and exquisitely finished and faceted geometries. For the longest time, were you to ask anybody about Grand Seiko and their flagship model, the immediate response would be the SBGA211 Snowflake. It has served as a gateway watch into the brand, a timepiece anyone who knows anything about watches would find hard to criticize. But a new era is upon us, and Grand Seiko has raised the bar with the 9SA5 powered SLGH005, the White Birch, another strong textured white dial entry into the catalog. Since its release, many have wondered whether or not the White Birch will usurp the throne, overtaking the Snowflake as the brand's flagship model. The White Birch did not debut the first ever Series 9 design into the Grand Seiko collection, but it was the first standard production model in stainless steel that incorporated the next-gen caliber and case design. Its case presents one of the most faceted geometries realized by the brand, incorporating the most mixed finishes of any case in their arsenal. The stainless steel case, 40mm in diameter, 11.7mm thick, and 47mm lug-to-lug, will wear well on a variety of wrist sizes, its slender, sporty profile within Goldilocks dimensions. The bezel utilizes a flat satin-brushed ring around the sapphire crystal that breaks into a sloped, mirror-polished surface as you get closer to the case band and lugs. The combination of finishes continues throughout the case, a visual harmony of brushed and Zaratsu mirror-polished surfaces creating the ultimate aesthetic contrast of light and shadow. From the inner facet of its lugs all the way to the caseband, you'll notice a pattern of mirror, satin, the accents of distortion-free surfaces injected in between hairline satin-brushed surfaces. It should be noted that the lines of the brushing are so rich due to the fact that Grand Seiko actually applies their hairline brush over the distortion-free surfaces, providing a flat canvas to apply the finish to. Its screw-down crown and 100 meters of water resistance further reflect the sporty nature of the watch. The white textured dial is inspired by the white birch trees surrounding Studio Shizukuishi. The pattern is applied via a press pattern stamp with tons of pressure applied to the dial base, the same method in which the Snowflake dial is created. To provide better contrast against the dial, the hands are distortion-free mirror polished, which means that when the light hits them straight on, they will go darker against the bright dial. The broad hour hand, a signature of Series 9 designs, has a sort of frosted line of texture that symmetrically splits the hand. The faceted mirror-polished hour indices are channeled to give them each a great amount of depth to their design. The minutes track is stepped, radially indicated via the inner bezel. In this instance, the black on white date disc at 3 o'clock matches the dial, resulting in a little break to the gorgeous white birch texture. The bracelet found on the White Birch is a broader 22mm format of the familiar 5-piece link design that tapers down to 20mm as you reach the folding clasp. The front of the bracelet is entirely satin-brushed. Normally, I must confess that I would prefer a hint of polish to be added through the narrower intermediary links, but here only the outer bevels of the shoulder links and the sides have received a mirror polished. This reiterates the sportier nature of the timepiece. Being a stainless steel watch, the links are secured by removable screws, so for those who do not enjoy dealing with a pin and collar system, you can let out a sigh of relief. The caliber 9SA5 represents the pinnacle of 9 series caliber designs, incorporating their new dual impulse escapement developed in-house. The twin barrel movement has 80 hours of power reserve, a high beat frequency of 36,000 vibrations per hour, a new free-sprung balance, and new Grand Seiko overcoil hairspring distinct to the brand and perfected over 80,000 simulations. It is very well finished with striping to the bridges and chamfers on their borders. Nature does not only inspire the externals of the watch, but the internals as well. The movement aesthetic is inspired by the rippling waves of the Shizukuishi River near the studio where the watch is made. So, does the White Birch take the title of Grand Seiko's flagship model? In my opinion, no. The watch only debuted earlier this year and needs more time before there can be a strong claim to the throne. What it does represent, however, is the pinnacle of their mechanical watch designs outside of the micro artist studio and their masterpiece collections. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the Time+Tide channel for all the latest watch reviews and content.